Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it. Catering vehicles are on their way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it. Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity. boarding requested.
Yo, what's going on there, guys? Welcome back to the flight and stream on the channel. Today, in the previous stream of the Air New Zealand flight, my sim had crashed due to some graphics card error. I don't know. Something had opened I had opened my Chrome. I don't know why it had crashed. Anyways, we are with a new flight and stream, so we are doing some South American ops in the Latam Airlines Latam A320 flying the Fenix A320 Sharklets registered as Papa Romeo Tango Yankee Juliet, doing some ops from Florianopolis to Sao Paulo CGH, and then on to if my time permits, if I have time. So yeah, that's almost 9:34 at the moment. So yep. Let me show the flight plan today to Florianopolis to CGH. Today we are flying the call sign Latam 3083. I don't know the actual actual call sign. Takeoff weight is 60.7 tons, 0 field is 55.5, western winds, cost index is 5. Our off block is our block fuel is 5.4 tons, and a flight time is just about 48 minutes on board. These are the alternates for departure. I don't know the names, to be honest. Runway 32, board of 1 Bravo departure, Umbros transition. Scheduled block time is just about an hour and 25 minutes, 121 passengers. Just about 1800 kg of cargo on board. Winds at Florianopolis from the north, 25 degrees, conjecture is 1020. Winds at CGH from the easterly, 22 degrees, conjecture is 1023. So this completes the flight plan. So it's not yet completed, but yeah, there's a lot of NOTAMs and everything. So yep, this is the entire flight plan, the weather updates. So without any further ado, let's get to the flight deck and start up the cockpit preparations. Let's get the aircraft ready for departure. Just start up the flight and let's get going. So currently in the flight deck, so let's just first about power up the APU, which is already powered up, and we can just nice script. What do you mean? I have not created, it's not a script, man. I create myself right now, present on the stream. Script nahi banaya. Cost and this is 5. 37,000 on the cruise today. Bluff is 5.4 tons. And today let me just check the weather. Let me just check the load sheet. So 55.5 slash 20, almost. Let's make it around this down up to 30, and now let's just get the so departure expected in runway. You see the runway in use today at Florianopolis. So winds are coming from the north, so we could expect the departures from runway 32. So it's quite a short, it's a very short runway, so runway 32. Runway 32 for departure, both of them Bravo departure, Umbros transition. There goes the flight plan. Initial climb out clearance from here is both of them Bravo departure, so that's completes the initial climb. So we'll keep an average of 6,000 feet. And let's just get the pre-flight checklist. Okay, before that, okay. How much passengers to go? We have already loaded. Let's see how much packs to go. Okay. Takeoff speeds 129, 129, 132, 129, 120. Just a second, guys. So 129, 129, 132 on this takeoff speeds. Yeah, I know the plane should be an airplane mode. Yes. 68 degrees. Flaps 1 down is going to be neutral. And let's just. And this is not an old aircraft. I will just put it in the sim as. Just keep it as realistic as possible. Pull this up and then go into this. हो गया ना बाबा आलम के ज़माने का एयरक्राफ्ट लग रहा है. Secondary flight plan. There we go. So Oxford Lima. Runway 32 for departure. Arnav Yankee. First no. Okay, boarding is completed. Was the fuel pumps are all on. Let's just do a quick departure briefing out of out of Florianopolis. So we push back करेंगे face in the easterly on the hotel. We'll taxi a hotel Delta and then runway 32 holding point takeoff. Once airborne, we'll just climb where after passing 2000 feet, turn a right direct to Bodop and then on to Ubros, which is right over here, and this is our flight plan to Sao Paulo Congonas. Technically, both the airports have shorter runways, so it's going to be a challenging flight for us. So in the meanwhile, let's go with the coffee preparation checklist. Captain's covers are remote fuel quality is set to 5.4, seatbelt signs are on, ADRS is 2 nav, barrel of KNH is 1020, 119, checklist is completed, and before start checklist, before that beacon light goes on. Yes, is activated. Okay.
Locking gear.
Okay. So before start, parking brakes are set, takeoff speeds and thrust. V1 is 129, VR 129, V2 132, flag 68. Windows and doors both are closed. Beacon light is on. Before start, checklist is completed. Good to go. Nose to the right.
Release the parking brakes.
Let me just see cross-check that. Okay, get to the right. Okay, parking brakes are released. We start the push, starting block timer.
All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Okay, starting number 2 and 1 in sequence. I just love the Airbus A320 family, to be honest. Airbus aircrafts are the best, I feel, in terms of many things. Soon we will have the Fenix A320 Neo and 321 Neos as well, which equals to Bhar Bhar Ke flying in India in terms of Air India and Indigo both, and even Air India Express as well, because if I'm not wrong, Air India Express is also going to start they have also ordered I think A321 new aircrafts as well, if the news is correct.
Preset parking brakes.
Parking brakes set.
Waiting your confirmation for your engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Hello, Sarji. Is the brake fans without aircraft? Without brake fans, so ground services, sim settings, not over here. Airframe, brake fans, please. I don't want my brake fans to be brakes to be very hot on the arrivals. Alright, after start, flaps once, full is armed. APU goes off.
And put it over your head.
Alrighty, so
Tow track disconnected. Bypass spin remove.
after start, checklist, anti-ice is steady, cam status is checked.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Pitch trim is neutral. Other trim is also neutral. After start, checklist is completed. A quick flag control check before that. Pull left, pull right, neutral. Pull up, pull down, neutral. Load up, full left, full right. Flag control is set. Let's get going. Okay. Has he gone? Little bit of trust. Hello Pushkar Dureja, welcome to the stream. I don't get bored by flying on. I'm not flying offline, I'm flying on VATSIM, but currently there is a ATC over Brazil, but in the east of Brazil a bit. Nearly Oceanic. Doesn't matter because I have a FSLTL on, and I've quite flown like this solo as well because, yeah, you know, if flying group wise, right? Because if I'm on the channel, so if there are people joining me, it makes sense. But yeah, if they're following my flight, and they can also join like that. If you understand what I mean. Because if I'm organizing a group flight, so I need to see like if you need to see the resources as well. People can join the group flight as well. No, it doesn't matter. They can also enjoy. Okay, I need to focus on this. I'm quite on high taxing, and on 20 knots less than max. Okay, now it's perfect. So taxi checklist, flight controls are checked, flaps 1 plus F, radar intervention is on and auto. I just need to do pre-flight. I just need to do everything before even crossing the holding shot. Okay, where is this? So this is on, this is on, this is on. Radar intervention is on and auto, engine mode selector is to normal, ECAM mode takeoff no blue, lineup taxi checklist completed. Also we are ready to line up. Florianopolis traffic, Latam 3083 lining up runway 32. Alrighty, let's get rolling. Line up checklist to take off runway 32 confirm. TCAS on TRA, packs 1 and 2 both are off. Line up checklist completed. Good to go. Let's take off. Florianopolis traffic, Latam 3083 taking off from runway 32 after airborne following the Border 1 Bravo departure, Bros transition, Florianopolis traffic. Take off. Side stick to the down. Flex 68 SRS runway HOTAS W. That's it. One 100 knots. Dude, building. Even rotate. Positive climb, gears up. That was cattles over here on the runway. Scared me. Both are the terms actually, to be honest. You can say rolling, you can say takeoff, both. Depends. Some pilots say rolling, some pilots say takeoff and everything. Depends. So while it goes on. And flight level 370 as published by the flight plan. But let's see what can the max go. Okay, flaps up, speed check and just climb auto thrust. Open climb. It's a very short flight. And once we are past 10,000, we'll do the departure checks, the arrival preparations as well to Sao Paulo CGH. Okay. Hello Lucid Sim, welcome to the stream, didn't see your username, sorry for that. Tanku, to what you're saying to the other guy, right? It's actually true. So because the fact is that in aviation you get a lot of learning as well, and like if you're because people who have entered aviation has continued studying, right? But yeah, this amount of studying is really interesting, to be honest. Because if you're getting new aircrafts, it equals to more an amount of studying of the procedures and everything. It's like you're constantly studying. It's like that through some or the other means. Don't ask me, I got scared. Cattle's on the runway. You know what, I'll just change this thing, it doesn't look good. So, where is this? This makes sense. Passing 10,000 feet, seatbelt signs are off, and light seatbelt signs are off, and lights are also off. So as of now, we'll be approaching Ubros. Ubros is quite slow, quite less amount of cruise, so we'll just check the arrivals as well into CGH. So CGH winds up from the east, so we can expect runway ILS 17 right. You can expect the Octa 1 Alpha arrival, Octa 1 Alpha Anis transition. And what is the final approach? It's going to be ILS Yankee. We have. We'll take ILS X-ray. We can enjoy the cruise without the music a bit. Yeah, so system actually currently the overlay is not working with MSFS 2020 as 2024 as well, and currently the developer of Flylive is also not taking any. I don't know. He's not doing he's not doing anything for the string. Sorry. Alrighty, so let's just do the approach briefing. So as we are currently descending into Sao Paulo Congonhas, let us do the arrival briefing. So we'll be proceeding via the Octa 1 Alpha arrival uninitiated transition, descending via the start to Comgu. Once past Comgu, we'll take a sharp turn right to Gersu onto the ILS 17 right. After landing, we'll vacate via probably via hotel or via Lima and then taxi to the stands over here. Right, well, it is Kinet is temperature is 110 at 6. Oh, winds of 110 at 6. Minimums is 2790 to 2790. And we're good to go. Okay, descending into Sao Paulo Congonhas, so let's do the arrival briefing as well. Not the, we'll do an announcement. Okay, so we are temperature is 22 and the kilometers. Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Captain speaking for the flight deck. Welcome aboard once again Latam Airlines flight LA3083 to Sao Paulo Congonhas. We have already commenced our descent into Sao Paulo. Temperature reporting in Sao Paulo is about 22 degrees Celsius with 10 kilometers of visibility reporting. We'll be expecting our arrival in Sao Paulo in the next on the ground around 20 to 20 minutes, about the next 10 to 50 minutes. As of now, thank you for choosing Latam Airlines. We wish you a pleasant stay in Sao Paulo or a forward connection to the next destination. Thank you for choosing, and see you next time on to once again. Thank you.
083, apenas chiado, se receba, seu transponder 3772.
Okay. So 1.6 and on to, okay. TAM3, I don't know what's the call sign. Sao Paulo approach, good day, Latam 3083, passing flight level 165 for 100.
TAM 3083, squawk code 3772, descend to 6,000 feet, direct Congo. Expect ILS X-ray runway 17 right, QNH 1022.
We have recycle squawk 3772 to direct to Comgu and answer the QNH, Latam 3083.
Thank you. TAM 3083, direct Congo, descend to 6,000 feet, expect ILS X-ray runway 17 right, QNH 1022.
Direct to Comgu, descend into 6,000 feet, QNH 1022, Latam 3083.
O TAM 3286, contatado na decolagem, passando 6.000 pés, suba via Zorda 2 Alpha ao 240.
Subir via Zorda 2 Alpha, nível de voo 340. Da 3286.
O TAM 3286, suba sem restrições ao 240 na proa 210.
Subir sem restrições ao nível de voo 240 na proa 210.
O TAM 3286, agora sim autorizado direto, sobe-se sem restrições ao 240 e altere o transponder por 3727.
Direto, sobe-se sem restrições do nível de voo 240, transponder 3727.
Sim, transponder 3727. Obrigado, eu TAM 3286. 3083, ILS X-ray runway 17 right is approved. QNH 1022.
Passing 10,000, seatbelt signs on, ADR is
3083, this is Sao Paulo approach.
with you.
3083, ILS X-ray runway 17 right is approved. QNH 1022.
ILS X-ray 17 right and QNH 1022, Latam 3083. Then cross check. Alright, let's get the speed brakes now.
We will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with you.
Cabin is ready. Latam 3083, level of 6,000.
Latam 3083, ILS X-ray is approved. QNH 1022, runway 17 right, report established on final.
QNH 1022, ILS X-ray 17 right will report when established. Latam 3083. Okay, so continue descent to airspace at 4,000. Let's get the speed brakes a bit. Let's take speed to 20. We're quite high on the altitude, so we need to reduce some descent. Okay, landing in the monitor. Okay. Speed managed.
2,500.
Approach checklist. By reference, QNH is 1022. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums is set to 2790. Auto brake still medium. Engine mode selected is normal. Approach checklist completed.
Controle de São Paulo, boa tarde. Gol 948, tá em sala de Guarulhos. Está pronto para puxar e acionar. Portão 302 Romeu.
Gol 148, autoriza pushback finalmente, chama contato.
Chamada táxi, o 948.
Flaps 2.
Voltando 3286, serviço radar encerrado. Acima a critério, da presente Unicom 2280, bom voo.
Latam 3083 established on ILS 17 right, 7 miles out.
Voltando 3083, clear to land runway 17 right to wind 120 degrees, 06 knot, QNH 1021.
Clear to land runway 17 right, QNH 1021, Latam 3083. Flaps 2. Gear down, please.
192, decimal 8, TAM 3286, obrigado, boa tarde, bom domingo.
Obrigado, vou até pronto. Opa, passear Fox Oscar Papá, tá presente, monitor Unicom 2280, bom voo.
12280, obrigado pelo serviço, uma boa.
Landing checklist ठीक है, मैं landing noble landing checklist completed.
Controle São Paulo, boa tarde, é o Gol 1026.
Gol 1026, boa tarde, prossiga.
Portão 8 de Congonha, solicita 270 instrumentos para o Santos Dumont, tá ciente da Alfa.
O Gol 1026, autorizado instrumento Santos Dumont, nível de voo 270, pista em uso no 7 da direita. Rota conforme o plano, a saída Baiano 2 Alfa com transição Nibru, transponder 3701.
You're speaking Spanish language.
Autorizado Dumont no 270, conforme a rota, saída pela 17 da direita, perfil Baiano 2 Alfa com transição em Nibru, transponder 3701 para o Gol 1026.
1026, contagem é correta, apenas confirmando, agora a informação é a Bravo. Chamo pronto puxa de acionamento.
Ciente, vai confirmar a informação Bravo, chamará para puxa acionamento Gol 1726.
Controle São Paulo no 48, está pronto táxi.
Transpolis reverse
Gol no 48, autorizado táxi, ponto de parada da pista no 0 da esquerda, via Alfa Hotel Golf, chamo pronto, QNH 1021.
Via Alfa Hotel Golf, só confirmar Alfa Hotel Golf?
Hotel Alfa Golf, o 1148.
Sim, via Hotel Alfa Golf, ponto de espera 10 da esquerda, 148.
Hotel 3083, taxi approved 2 apron 3, via Lima and Mike, gate as a part of the crash.
Taxi to stand of own choice via Lima and Mike, Latam 3083. Alright. Alright guys, welcome back to Sao Paulo the Congonhas. We'll just get some nearby traffic off. And we'll just power up the APU switch, on master switch, start. Axle lights are off. Elevator Foxtrot, welcome to the stream. Good evening. At least getting good night. Tango Lima Mike, I think. We will take this stand over here next to this one. This seems to stand 1-4. Stand 1-3. No, not over here. Just a second. Stop over here. Okay, 1-3. 1-2. Right. And Latam of course. Okay, there you go. It's Marshall is in sight.
Controle São Paulo, no 48, ponto de espera no 0 da esquerda.
O no 48, autorizado decolagem, pista no 0 da esquerda, o vento 100 graus com 89 QNH no 021.
Autorizado decolagem no 0 da esquerda, voo no 48.
Alright, parking brakes are set. APU bleed is on and good night, good engines. 56 minutes. Beacon light is going off and all comes.
The boarding requested.
Alright, deporting please. Next destination, yep, time is there a bit. And that is San Pedro. Not wrong the name of this, but confusing destination, so and or something. Porto Seguro, yes, PPS. Unfortunately, MSFS2024 doesn't have the world update of Brazil, so the scenery is a bit outdated, so please excuse me for that.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Let's just get onto the walk around mode. Hello, damp agent. कैसे हो सब? Ok, so Latam 4644 will be the next
No
flight.
no 48, contatada na decolagem, passando 5.000 pés, suba sem restrições, via Zorda 2 Alfa, reporte passando 240.
Latam 4644. So we'll be flying from Sao Paulo.
Approach, good afternoon, Gold 2234 radio check.
Go 2234, good afternoon, clear mount.
Gold 2234 requesting clearance to Santos Dumont for the information Bravo 1037 X-ray.
We'll go 2234, Santos Dumont is approved flight level 290. Line flight plane route, runway news 17 right. Biancho Alpha, departure Nibru transition. Call code will be 3717.
Take the Santos Dumont, followed by Q Alpha departure, and our squawk will be 3717 and expect 17 right departure.
Let's confirm Bahia to Alpha Nibru transition. We'll go 2234.
Via Q Alpha departure and Nibru transition, go for Gold 234.
That's correct. With by K, it's perfect. Calling right for push startup. Go 2234.
We'll call for push start Gold 234.
Alrighty, so let's do one small thing. Let's just load the aircraft boarding only.
Do you want to deboard crew?
For instant. Or let's do the pre-flight checks for the next flight. So before that, let us get the pilot brief. So we are flying to SBPS. Okay, so let us initiate the load.
And Gold 2234 requesting
Escape
start
horizon.
and push stand for.
Go 2234, startup and push is approved. Calling ready for taxi.
Start push through for call for taxi, Gold 2234.
Alrighty, so TAM4644. Cost index is 5. Flight level 370 again. Today the zero fuel weight is the block fuel is 8.3. And what I call the load sheet 60 slash 33.32.1 on the CG. Alternate fuel is 2.7. Runway 17 right for departure. And it's going to be the routing and impacts by button.
Controle São Paulo no 026, pronto para puxa acionamento portão 8 de Congonhas.
All the lights on.
No 026, aguarde.
So let us see that the flight plan is filed into the radar.
We'll go to 234, runway 17 right is in the opposite face. So prepare to tax and do a 180 to put your face correct, okay?
Yeah, we just realized we've pushed the wrong way. We can do in 180-10 when ready for taxi, go to 234.
Gol no 026, autorizado pushback acionamento, restrita taxi November, ok? Chame pronto táxi.
Sente, puxa, aciona, esquerda, November, Gol no 026.
Alrighty, so let's load the door is closed. Let's do the clearance. We are at stand number 12. Approach, good afternoon, Latam 4644, stand 12, information Bravo, clearance to Porto Seguro, if I'm correct.
Latam 4644, good afternoon. Porto Seguro is approved at flight level 3, plane route, runway news, 17 right. Bayan to Alpha departure, VUMEV transition. Squawk 3711, TAM 4644.
Get to destination Sierra Bravo Sierra Papa, runway 37, correction, flight level 370, runway 17 right for departure, Bata 1 Alpha departure, VMOV transition, squawking 3711, Latam 4644.
Latam 4644, with back square right, square 1 ready for push and start up.
Will go. Alright.
Requested.
Okay, boarding is requested.
Controle São Paulo, Gol no 48, passando 240.
Okay.
O no Gol no 48, obrigado. Acima critério, da presente serviço radar encerrado, coordena Nikon 2280, bom voo.
116120125.
Vai coordenar o Nikon 228, obrigado, boa tarde.
12186.
We are
116120.
ready for pushback.
125. Lexus is going to be Toga. Laps 1.3.
234, request taxi.
I'll go to 234. I'll do better. So taxi approved until hold short hotel to cross runway 17 right via Mike. Call back when hold short is hotel.
Okay, Mike Hotel 17 right, we'll guess we'll make a 180-10 here, go to 234.
Alright, good departure briefing out of this airport. So let me just do the departure briefing. So currently pushing back facing the easterly, if I'm not wrong. No, pushing back facing the north on Mike. We'll taxi Mike Echo runway 17 right after getting airborne. We'll just climb via this set, just left turn and then on to, where's Vimeo? Okay, Vimeo is over here and then Nuxel. There's a flight plan today to Porto Seguro, if I'm not. Guys, I just wanted to ask a question to you on the viewers, on the poll. Just answer this question.
Para o táxi, o Gol 1026.
O Gol 1026 autorizado táxi via Mike até o ponto de espera da pista no 7 da direita, segue como número 2 para decolagem.
Mike no 7 da direita, número 2, Gol 1026.
O Gol 2234, takeoff is approved, runway 17 right, wind 120 degrees 06 nautical and 81021.
Cash 1021, clear for takeoff runway 17 right, Gold 2234.
Latam 4644, just to confirm, was the initial climb out of Congonas?
Confirm it. 4644.
Confirm, Latam 4644, we need to know what's the initial climb out of Congonas?
Stand by, Latam 4644.
Let's do a small check on the leader charts. How do you check it? I don't know. Leader charts, flight planner. Okay, somewhere over here. Sierra Bravo, Sierra Papa. Congonas. Charts. Over here, departures. Runway 17 right. Okay, so I need to know what's the okay. How do you do next?
Tá no ponto de espera da 17 da direita, o Gol 1026.
O Gol 1026, aguarda.
Approach Gold 2234, our frequency changed automatically. Did you say something to us?
Go 2234, radio contact passing 4,500, climbing unrestricted to flight level 240, direct to Nibru transition.
Alright, copy. Permission check this. Gear plans covers removed. Fuel quantity is 38.3. Where is it? Silver signs are to on. ADR is to na. Barrel of kinetics is 1021. Oh, cross check and verify copy provision checklist is completed. Clocking 37. Clock is 3711. 3711. And we are going to start up the pushback. Before start checklist, parking brakes are set. Takeoff speeds and thrust. V1 is 116. VR is 120. V2 105. Flex is toga. Windows and doors both are closed. Beacon light is on. Before start checklist is completed.
Locking gear.
Okay, onto the
731.
Be clear to Miami, flight level 380, runway 10 left. Clear to dual 2 Alpha departure, Bev transition, squawk 3731, American 930 heavy.
Just confirm. Voo 5 Alpha. Voo 5 Alpha, OK Bev transition. Or American Lines 930.
Voo 5 Alpha departure for American 930 heavy.
Route back is correct. Call ready for push and start up American Line 930.
I will call you back for push for American 930.
Latam 4644 ready for push and start, stand 12.
Direita, vento 120 graus com 69, QNH 1021.
Livre decolagem no 7 da direita, o Gol 1026.
Latam 4644 ready for push and start.
TAM 4644, push and startup is approved, calling ready for tax. Restricted by taxiway November on push.
Pushback and approved of runway 17 right will call ready for taxi, and taxiway November is restricted for pushback. Copy that. Latam 40644.
Controle São Paulo, muitíssimo boa tarde. O Varig 965 na posição 07 Congonhas está sem informação Bravo. Pronto, cópia.
O Varig 935, boa tarde. Autorizado Alegre nível de voo 340. Rota conforme o plano, decola da pista no 7 da direita. Uticon no Alfa com Ubsod. Transponder 3753.
Release parking brakes.
Autorizado para Alegre no nível de voo 340, decola da 17 de direita, sobe via Uticon no Alfa, com posição em Ubsod no transponder 3753.
Codejamento correto, Varig 935, chama pronto pushback acionamento.
Vai chamar pronto pushback acionamento o Varig 935.
Alright, starting the push.
Control American 930 heavy, request push and start with Gulf.
American Line 930, push and start up is approved, calling ready for taxi.
Push start approval, call for taxi, American 930.
Ao Gol no 026, contatado na decolagem, passando 5.000 pés, suba sem restrições ao 240, direto Nibru, o Gol no 026.
Direto Nibru 240, o Gol no 026.
Preset parking brakes.
Okay, brakes are set.
Waiting your confirmation for your engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
After start checklist, laps 1, spoilers armed, APU is off.
Tow track disconnected.
And after start checklist, anti-IS static, cancelled assist check, pitch trim is down 0.3.
Right is clear.
The trim is neutral. After start, the trim is not neutral. After start checklist is completed, good to go. Latam 4644 ready for request taxi.
TAM 4644, taxi approval to route short runway 17 right via Mike, QNH 21021.
Taxi to holding point of 17 right via Mike, Latam 4644.
Sao Paulo Control, good afternoon, this is Go 736.
Go 7386, good afternoon, go ahead.
7386, request flight level 270 to Latam International Airport.
The flight controls full left, full right.
Latam International Airport is approved at flight level 270 via flight plan route to runway news 10 left. A couple 1 Alpha departure REMI transition squawk 3752, go 7386.
Roger, and clear to Latam International Airport. As my file,
brakes checked.
Departure, a couple
Button
Alpha
press,
transition,
check 0.
runway use 10 left and squawk 3752, 736.
7386, read back is correct, call and ready for pushing start time.
Oh, I'm ready to push and start, sir.
Go 7286, pushing start is approved, call and ready for time.
Acid flight control strip, flaps 1 plus F, redundant temperature is on an auto, engine mode selector is normal. AKM mode, takeoff no blue. Acid checklist completed. Alright. Have been ready?
Gold CT34 requesting further climb to flight level 290.
Go 2234, higher is as a pilot discretion, radio service terminated, change frequency 122, decimal 80, have a good flight.
Over to Intercom, Gold CT34, ciao.
Apollo Control United, or American 930 Heavy, ready to taxi.
American Line 930, taxi to hold short, runway 10 left approved via India Alpha and Golf, QNH 1021.
Taxi via Alpha Golf for United 930 Heavy.
Latam 4644 ready for departure.
Confirm.
Latam 4644 ready for departure.
Latam 4644, takeoff is approved on runway 17 right to wind 120 degrees 6 knot QNH 1021.
Left for takeoff runway 17 right, QNH 1021 Latam 4644. Left for takeoff, alright.
Sao Paulo approach the 3915.
17 right confirm, TK is on TRA.
Latam 3915, squawk code 3725.
Left checklist completed.
3725, 3915.
Latam 3915, descent via Orbital 1 Alpha, expect ILS X-ray runway 17 right.
Can you repeat for 3915, please?
Descent via Orbital 1 Alpha, expect ILS X-ray runway 17 right.
Descent via Orbital 1 Alpha, expect ILS X-ray 17 right, 3915.
Alright, take off. And Toga SRS from HOTAS Blue, the PFM is really wonderful. That's it. On a Renault check. D1. Put it. Avoiding trail strike. Positive climb, gears up.
American 930, hold short 1.
Just climb on the thrust.
American Line 930, clear for takeoff, runway 10 left, wind 110 degrees, 6 knots, QNH 1021, American Airlines 930.
Good takeoff for my 10 left American.
Tax1 on, Tax2 on. Sort of. Laps of speed check.
Latam 4644, radio contact passing 5,000 feet. Climb unrestricted until flight level 370 via Bayan to Alpha.
Climbing unrestricted, flight level 370 via the Addons I Alpha, Latam 4644.
Controle São Paulo
no 026, a cabeça está encerrado acima a critério, muita frequência 12280 e o transponder 3701.
Esqueci do transponder aqui, vou mudar aqui o transponder, subindo pro 270 a critério, vai para livre, obrigado pela coordenação, uma boa tarde, até outro dia.
Obrigado, bom voo.
Starting to 92 selling cross check. Running cross check passing flight level 814370.
TAM 3915, descend to 6,000 feet via Orbital 1 Alpha, QNH 1021.
1021 QNH, descend via Orbital 1 Alpha to 6,000, 3915 of Latam.
Feet, the signs are off.
American Line 930, radio contact passing 5,500 feet, climb unrestricted into flight level 380.
Unrestricted flight level 380, American 930.
Unfortunately, this is almost, I had to check another flight which is a shorter run, but yeah, it's a very short, but yeah, it's about an hour. Latam 4644, could we get a shortcut?
Latam 4644, negative, continue climb via Bayan to Alpha to flight level 370 unrestricted.
Copy that, Latam 4644.
American Line 930, now turning left directed to Ukibev intersection. Climbing to flight level 380 unrestricted. Latam 4644, now shortcut is approved to fly heading Vumev intersection.
Control 736, west of Texas.
Google 7386, taxi approved to hold short runway 10 left via Kilo Alpha and Golf, QNH 1021.
Roger, follow instruction, I'm clear to taxi until Kilo Alpha Golf until holding point runway 10 left, 736.
Latam 4644, turn left, directing VUMEV intersection. Now, TAM308315, clear to Latam X-ray, runway 17 right, report established on final, QNH 1021.
iOS, the X-ray, runway 17 right, approved, the report on final, the 3915.
Controle São Paulo, muito boa tarde. Eagle 5512, solo Guarulhos, solicita Buenos Aires 1320, ciente da informação Gol.
O Eagle 5512, autorizado Buenos Aires, nível de voo 320, rota conforme o plano, pista em uso no 0 da esquerda. Saídas Zorza 2 Alpha, transição BSOD, transponder é o 3746.
Plano de voo autorizado, o Eagle 5512, Guarulhos, sua pista em uso é 1 no 0 da esquerda, pista de saída é o Zorza 2 Alpha, transição BSOD. O transponder é o 3742, protegeu o Eagle 5512.
O cotejamento correto é um pushback acionamento Eagle 5512.
Quando estiver pronto, o posicionamento vai reportar o Eagle 5512.
Then 4644, higher as a pilot discretion, radio service terminated, change frequency. 122.80, have a good flight.
On to the Unicom, Latam 4644, good day, bye bye, see you next time. Alright, we can proceed direct to the north. Alrighty guys, we prepare for the arrival. Oh, SBPS. A minus from 10. We'll be expecting our Arna 10 or 21 alpha arrival. Papa 0024. Auto brakes will be set to medium for this. So we'll be preparing for the arrivals in now it's in about the next 20 minutes we'll be commencing. What do you call into Porto Seguro. So we'll be using the Osno 1 Alpha arrival descending by the star to Raira. So Papa 0024. Once on the RMP approach, we'll be descending by the glide path. After landing on the approach, after touchdown on runway 10, maximum braking, backtrack if possible, and then backtrack, and then alpha the distance. So yeah, descending into Porto Seguro. So I put in the arrival information. So yeah, and the minimums over here is 476. And approach briefing. Let's do. So let's do the arrival briefing into Porto Seguro. So we'll be descending via the Osnu 1 Alpha arrival. We'll descend via the star to Papa 024. One's on the. Will be have to be at 2,000 feet to descend via the glide path. After landing, vacating. Since this is a short runway, we'll vacate via. We'll just do a backtrack and just Alpha will stand. Will actually stand. Alright guys, just passing now 8 flight level H road, passing already 10,000, 8,000 now, seatbelt signs are on. And let's just do an open descent now. Get some speed brakes. So after passing Papa Sierra 024, okay, the descent is just at that waypoint. Papa Sierra 019 is the actual startup. Transition altitude set and crossed it. MH 1016.
Now be seated for landing. Thank you.
Approach now. 15 miles out.
$2,500.
Right. Flaps 1. Get down. Flaps 2. All the checklists are done. Flaps 3. Approach checklist. By reference KNH is 1016, seatbelt signs on, minimums is 2476, flaps full. And auto brakes medium engine mode is required, approach checklist complete, and landing check is also completed. Landing red monitor please.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue. We're gusty.
Tank brake. Pull up. Pull up.
40. 10.
Now spoilers, reverse green, descent. That time is an hour and 20 minutes. already. We take the stand of choice now. So stand of choice, so we'll take the
The
number.
chosen position is too small for your aircraft.
Right over there. Lights are off. Cabin crew, please use some orders and cross check, please. It's quite congested. This much is enough, I feel. Parking brakes are set, APU is on. With the engines. Clock time is 1 hour and 30 minutes.
This parking is the boarding requested.
Alright guys, thank you for joining the stream and flight from Florianopolis to Sao Paulo Congonhas down to Porto Seguro. I'll see you in the next stream. Have a nice day and see you next time. Bye. Have a good one. Peace. Take care. Bye bye. And the landing rate for today's landing is minus 300 feet per minute.
Passengers bus is coming.